Well, I don't have any apples coming up yet, and I don't think there's an apple tree. And there's Mr. Lizard. He matches my porch rail. Wait, I painted red. I wonder what he's gonna do. I've had all these apples and they're aggravating. These are dried apples. Dried apple cores, so I'm gonna go dump them out here. I asked Siri, I said, how hot is it right now? Siri said it was 97. So after you sit here and sweat a while, it feels cooler than that. And I said, well, how hot is it under the shed? I said, how hot is it, under my porch? They said probably 10% or 10 degrees, depending on the breeze. Could be cooler. But we had a neighbor cut through here, and whoever used to live here before uses a driveway. And our neighbor's kind of funny about, since they bought the little land, so I ain't really pushing them. But I don't want this driveway anyway because it's close to the septic tank, so it ain't for them. But what I'm gonna do, so we put this brush right here to kind of block people from driving through. And I know these probably won't work. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna dump these apple cores are. It probably won't do anything, but it might feed the rabbits. Who knows? They might get some seeds from it, or apple trees, and it'll get them out of my bedroom where they've been sitting there. But I feel like I'm part vampire, so I can't stay in the sun too much. I had to use my bowl, cover my head. And this will put a dish back in the house, or back in the kitchen after I wash it, since I'm cooking now. See how pretty the grass is? I got one little green strip. So that's my septic tank. So the rabbits really love that grass. Hey, you want this pool? It tells you it's hot out here. I'm losing it. I thought I was making a phone call. I'm gonna leave that in there because it's hilarious. 97 degrees out here. Hey, daughter, you want the pool? I'm talking to my phone. Woo, I need something to drink. Whew, y'all be careful out here. It's hot. Oh, I see everybody people gathering at the houses for July the 4th. Well, not everybody, but several houses got a whole lot of cars. I don't normally notice. So I got my coffee now. My last of my coffee. I've already drank 2 of these, and whole coffee pot. I feel pretty good. But yeah, stay cool. I was supposed to cook today. I ain't gonna do it. But I took my wife out to eat, and so I said, well, shoot. And then she had like maybe a little smidgen, so I finished it up. Then I got me a board milk and some sour cream and potato chips. And then we're supposed to be invited to some fireworks stuff tonight. So they got hot dogs and stuff, not full meal, but like a hot dog weenie is like 150 calories. So if I eat some of them, I'll have my calories. I just ate really bad today. But it's all right. Then tomorrow I can cook deer meat and make deer meat spaghetti. I wasn't gonna put seasoning salt in it, but I think I gotta buy some of that Laura's seasoning salt, or however you say it. We ain't got none of that. We're supposed to eat salt-free, my wife, but she eats at Waffle House anyway. And, what do you do? What do you do? So, y'all enjoy the 4th? I feel better. I can't believe I was talking on the phone, thinking I was on the phone. I didn't realize how hot I was. It don't seem like hot. It says, oh, it's all nice and peaceful. And I just fall over, So we'll see if those apples grow. I might keep watering up here. Might pull this plant out or let it grow. See, I might not be able to grow a plant. But, when I was little, like 12, 11 years old, my grandma took me and I had a cactus and all. And they survived like a year or two, but then they die, and it's so bad. It's, you know, I don't have the mobility, especially if I get on the floor. Look at that. I bet it won't show it this time. Yeah, I've been trying to catch this hummingbird, but as soon as you hear the wing, oh, you look, you see them, you got maybe a second, and they're gone. You'd have to have a camera on it 24/7 to catch them little things. So I like the little hummingbirds. They're just a facet of nature, you know, so cool. But yeah, we just chilling out, drinking coffee and getting rid of all my dead apple cores. Put them in the ground. We got rabbits. Maybe the rabbits eat them. They'll be like dried fruit. So they might eat it and poop it out, and then it nourish it. So maybe the apples will grow from the rabbits. And then that'd just be one less thing I had to worry about. Because now, you know, I got a whole bunch of stuff I used to have, and I've got rid of a bunch of stuff. Not by choice, but I don't miss it. Because we move, let somebody live in their house, and they took it, said, we didn't steal it, it's right here. But they wasn't in the house no more, and we never got it back. So, you know, I really didn't need it. And then we moved again, and there was all kind of stuff I left in the garage, forgot about. And stuff I left in the house. So we got, you know, it was half as big where at now than it was. So that's the way to get rid of stuff, is move. But then when you start accumulating stuff, it's like, how do you get rid of stuff? So I was having a hard time. My mama gave me a check for me and my wife for anniversary and my birthday. And I have a fan in there, and it blew under the bed. 4 o'clock in the morning, took me 10 o'clock at night. You know, I didn't work on it the whole time, but I had my son, me, and he couldn't do anything because he had eyebrow things. So he's strong, but he's handicapped because he's got jewelry on his face that he can't touch his face or it's going to hurt him. So it makes him weak. So I cleaned up one side, took all the mattresses, laid them against the wall, and then the bottom mattress, I picked it up. You know, it had like 2 twins for the frame, and there it was. And I swept all my dust up, got the spider webs down there. So I said, well, shoot, I probably don't need to have all this stuff in there. And all the stuff I had on the side of the bed, I got it up. So now if any dust balls blow from my fan, I can get them, you know, and probably need to clean it up ever so often. But all this extra junk I could try to do school bus. I accumulate a lot. Not a lot, but I got more stuff than I really need. And, you know, you get older, when you going to use this junk, you know? And I tried to go for a school bus back in like 2023, and I got the manual that they gave me. And I'm like, well, I'm probably never going to drive a school bus. And it'll probably be a new manual by the time I get it, or it's probably going to be online if I did it again. But right now, I'm just trying to take care of my wife and enjoying July the 4th. You know, so we'll see a little bit of fireworks tonight. And the other video yesterday is a prelude, and my son-in-law and his sister live next to each other, and him and my son, they shot it over their house. And then he said, sorry. He bombed their house, so it's like having firework war, so ain't no telling what they'll be doing tonight. So we just chilling and enjoying this beautiful July the 4th day that all our, you know, people fought these wars and fought in the military to support our freedoms. And, you know, a lot of war, a lot of blood and sacrifice. And, you know, we have a beautiful country, and I'm so proud to be an American. You know, it ain't perfect, but it could be worse. You know, so if you're willing to work hard, you can still do what you need to. It's work. Nobody gonna give it to you, but it's still cool. You know, you can do what you want. You can be at the house, you can be at your job. It just depends on what you want to put into it. It might just take you longer in certain situations or certain states, or, certain economies, because everything costs different everywhere. Even in this side, they put a new gas station called Parker's, and I think you can get gas for like $2.79. But then you go just a few miles over the way, it's $3.27. You know, a big difference. So it's crazy. You know, just in the same area, things aren't the same. You know, Walmart, they have a deal, the competition. But yeah, man, it's what it's all about, I guess. July the 4th. So yeah, stay hydrated no matter what you do, and don't hurt yourself with the fireworks. You know, be proper safety. If you don't know how to do it, let an adult do it. You know, don't hurt yourself. Make sure you stay hydrated in all this heat, because we're made of water. We got a lot of water, so we have to keep fluids in us. You know, and if you're out in the sun, if you use suntan lotion, you know, just use common sense, or find somebody that has some common sense. If you get too hot and start talking on the phone, you know, you're going to need somebody to watch you back. Or, you know, you're going to have to say, oh, you know. So that's the good thing. I got the Lord to put them ideas in there. He said, hey, Goofy. hey, you. Get out of the sun. Oh, yeah. So I'm very thankful. I got somebody watching my back. Thank you, Lord. And yesterday we went for my birthday. We turned in, and the car just went, boom, you know, real close to us. And, you know, the light turned red, and they were way back. And I was already pulling out, fixing to turn to the left. And I was turning. So he's coming right at me. The right light's already red, but that light wasn't going to stop him. He stopped, so he didn't hit me. But as soon as I barely cleared, he gunned it. You know, he in a hurry, I guess. And then when we come on the side road, the cars come in from that red light, and I didn't see nobody. As soon as I got out, I ain't even hardly cleared yet. The car, whoa, you know, it's like, whoa. So that's why I said, my birthday, I'm going to get took out from a race car drivers. But, you know, we didn't get hit. So, thanks again. Thank you, Lord. And just being thankful for everything. Because you never know. One of these days, I'm going to get these hummingbirds and get them on film. I'll probably have a iPhone 30,000 by then, you know, if I live that long. But just chilling out and trying to declutter things and enjoy what I enjoy. I ain't really into video games, but my son's getting all kind of cool stuff that, you know, you had. When I played video games, I started playing out Atari 2600, you know, and Pac-Man and Galaxia and Breakout. Those were popular games, but they wasn't anything like the games now. Those games are probably, the ones on the cell phone are probably better than the ones I was access to. So he's got all these games on different devices, and you can put them on platforms and all this stuff. I don't know if I'll do that. Somebody told me I should. But, you know, I just turned 53. When I was in my 40s, probably 40, I think, because I bought a PlayStation 3 in 2008. I think somewhere, I didn't even play it. Because my son, when he was like real little, he's kicking me in the ribs, and he didn't want to be in his room, so it kind of got me, and then I went to school. But I had to replace my internet. Back then, you had to have two devices, one for your internet and one for a router. Now it's one device. Some places, the DSL, they still had two devices. You know, you got the internet and then you got a router. But a lot of places now just have one device. The router and the modem is all in one. You know, it works better, I think. You only got one device to replace instead of two. And I had to replace that. We got lightning or power surge, and I didn't check the PlayStation. So my son, he started to buy it probably about 4 years ago. PlayStation didn't work. And I was like, what? It was working last time I checked it, you know, like 2012 or 13, somewhere around there. So he tried to get it in like 2021, and it didn't work. So I didn't realize it'd been hit by lightning all that time. But when I first started playing, I hadn't been long, had glasses, and the one that got me, it was a Medal of Honor, and I can't remember the name of it, but they were jumping out of airplanes, and you land, and there's like machine guns shooting at you, and I couldn't get past that part, and I had surround sound, and I was just like, it was just too much. It was too much input. And then my son, so then I got of it, and working overtime and all that, it just didn't seem feasible. But like now, I'm trying to declutter and keep stuff I need, all this other stuff. Some things I've put, Google is really cool because you can take pictures of your power bill, and instead of having a whole bunch of papers that's going to get dust mites, little bugs, each paper, and they cause dust, and you can take pictures of them and send them to Google in your Gmail and do a subheading. And I don't even know how long you got to keep it. I think, you got to keep your taxes for like 10 years. I don't know how long you need your power bill, but if you need one to show proof so you can get something, very rarely. And then you just throw that stuff away, all that clutter. And a lot of people are going to, going to e-bills anyway, so you don't get paper statements anymore, and it's costing so much. I bought an envelope with a stamp, and it was 80-something cents, and it used to be like 20-something cents, including the envelope. The envelope was like 5 cents, and the mail was like 21 cents, but that's been like a long time ago. And you complain, and my dad was a mailman, so he'd heard all these jokes, all these complaints before. He said, well, you tell me what. He said, can you go from here to California, from South Carolina to California or New York for 26 cents or now 80-something cents? Can you go that far? Probably not. Gas is $3.27 a gallon. I paid for it today. That's the cheap stuff. So my truck gets 18 miles a gallon. So, 80-something cent would be maybe 6 miles. And it goes all the way to California for 80-something cents. It's not a bad deal. It seems like it, but, they had to compete, and now there's so many things you can do to offset it. And if you got a cell phone, man, you about to do everything. You don't need a computer hardly. The only thing I guess it'd be hard if you got big fingers, typing your essays, would be kind of hard, typing on that little keyboard. So you need something maybe to type like that, unless you're really small, or you can probably talk it in and just autocorrect. So you can do just about everything. I know one lady, she had like a flip phone and she was doing her stuff. Some of her test questions, we just had taken the test online, and so you can do a lot on your cell phone now. A lot of stuff is redundant now. We don't really need it because technology is, you can put everything on a little device. Probably if you had like a little, an iPad or something, you wouldn't even need a cell phone. An iPad and a cell phone. Don't even need a computer. Just need something to be able to hear it. We get old, what, or if you get too hot. So, that's not a telephone. That's an iPad. So if somebody gets leery on you today, make sure they're not too hot or dehydrated. Oh man, they're getting weird. So, hope y'all enjoy the 4th. Thank you for letting me listen to me ramble on. I love doing YouTube. I don't even know. I might change mine, but even if I got, all them subscribers and all that, I don't even know if I would do Patreon pages and all this other stuff, because I just enjoy doing YouTube that much. And hopefully, if we're still here and everything hadn't happened, maybe the kids will keep carrying on, but their sense of humor is a lot darker than mine. So I don't know, it'd probably pick up a different audience, but I said, that way, at least if you ever want to see me, or if you miss me, you can go back and watch my videos, because I got like close to 3,000 now, all different designs, all different styles. Some got no hair, some got little hair, some got a beard, some got no beard. So, it's all me. So if AI ever ends up copying all my stuff and making like a 3D printer, man, that thing would probably be freaky. All my idiosyncrasies and everything. And if it made it like me instead of, cut out all that stuff, that'd be wild. We seen you somewhere else. So, you never know. But y'all stay cool. And thank y'all for listening to me ramble on and having a good time out here, enjoying things. And we're fixing to go with my daughter in a little bit. But just getting rid of my old apple cores. And I got 2 apple seeds here on the front porch. And I'm just going to put the other apple cores out there in that little thing and see if anything happens. They say a lot of times it don't taste like the apple you're eating because it has to grow from a tree and be grafted in. So there's a lot complicated, more science to it. And one of these days, I'm going to get my air conditioning in my car fixed. So a lot of people are kind of narrowing it down to the compressor. And they said something about taking the wires loose and checking the voltage or checking the voltage coming into it. I have a meter. I don't know what it is, but the main thing, you had to start stacking all your stuff, and say, what's most important? Well, the tires are starting to lose the tread. Okay, that's most important. And then you got to put all the other stuff under that. It's like, okay, the air conditioner. Well, the air conditioner probably go up under that, and then they say, well, all this other stuff you need, I need some shirts, and then we got the front door, but the door locks. It'd be better to have it fixed. I had a crazy guy come out here, and him and the other guy, they did a lot of good, but you bought a too expensive door. And I got a video about that. And then when I come back, I left him here. My wife, she was healthier, so she was with one of her friends. And then they commented on, make some weird comments. And I know they'd been snooping around in my stuff. And I was like, man, I don't think they stole anything. But if they did, I didn't need it anyway. But it was kind of weird. It's like, but what do you do? Try and do it yourself. That's why I was using a coffee cup, trying to accelerate the car. But when the battery's dead, my little power won't jump off my car. It just I took the other battery out, and it was that much a gap. I had to lean the truck battery to the car to get it started. So it started, and I bought a new battery for like $147. Spent $47 for the Freon. What else I had to get? And then I had to spend $20 for the filter. So far, over $200 in the last week on my car, and the air still ain't fixed. And I know my tires, Sam's Club, they got my truck tires, but then they had to order my car tires. And I know I told my mom my tires are getting like that. She said, well, you get stopped by the highway patrol, they'll make you go fix them. And I said, well, I got a little bit for, my wife's been sick. We had been on vacation. So I got enough to fix the tires, but I didn't want to take out of the vacation money. It ain't much, but it'd be enough to fix the tires, at least 2 tires, and maybe get alignment. But if they get to where the wire's showing, I told her I ain't going to have no choice, and I'm going to have to do an IOU to put it back. So we got it covered. We just trying to get it on the new policy I started where I'm putting $80 a week for emergency funds, but whatever comes up. Because, without insurance, I had to pay $198 to get my x-rays, my teeth cleaned, and they told me I had a problem. I didn't have no cavities, but I grind my teeth, and I have a big pit in there. So $150. But I got to do that, and it don't hurt. So I'm waiting till December. I'm going to get it scheduled in December. If I got, I should have 150 up by then. And to get it done. Well, like I said, I got enough for the vacation money, but I don't want to take it out of that fund. And I'm starting to cook at home. My wife can't eat, but say hers today, my son got a drink and she ate, and it was only like $15. And if only one of us eating, I'm only leaving $1 tip, because it's expensive. to eat. So it would have cost like $35 if I ate. I would have got the chicken, double chicken, and I don't get a drink. But then I come home, I cook, and that'll start saving where I'm not spending money eating out. And like today, I wasn't even hungry. Like she had just a little bit of eggs and grits left over, even though there's a lot of pepper in it. I don't like pepper, but she couldn't eat it because she gets full. I ate that. Then we stopped at the gas station, and I got a bag of chips and a milk, which, you know, wasn't that bad. Cheaper than Waffle House. And then we're going to go probably tonight to friends for the 4th. So I made coffee, and that don't have to spend as much money on food. And I might have to get her some more food, but see, eventually, man, we was eating out one time, and I had some snack, but then I was eating real high sugar. But roughly, I was probably spending $20-something a day, maybe $10 to $20 a day on me. That's a lot of money. So I should be able to put my 40 back or 80 back for the thing and cook, and hopefully I'll get better, you know, and then it'll save money, and I can eat more lean, cut off the fatty stuff, so it should be healthier. It just takes time to do it, instead of being, you know, you go in there like a king and say, give me my food. Well, now I just go in there and watch my queen eat, and I go fix my food, and then I eat less because I had to cook it. So that's pretty cool, you know, because my sugar's been kind of high, but today it was 148. That's lower as it's been in a while. So if I was eating all the other stuff, it'd be high. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And thank y'all so much for watching. And I hope y'all are doing best, taking care of yourselves and health, and, you know, just trying to survive. And I got to take care of myself because my wife, I don't know what you call it. And sorry I keep rambling on, but I just wanted to get these thoughts out of my head. And if anybody's dealing with this stuff, because it's weird, it's really weird. You know, they had a Dr. Kevorkian, and he used to assist people with suicide. We don't want to do that, but I'm just saying, okay, we went to the doctor, and she said, well, you're seriously ill now, so she's only going to write her 16 prescriptions, and the other doctors going to have to write their prescriptions and send it in to the doctor, because I guess she's terminally severe, or she's severe. She's not terminal because she can live severe for a while. But once you go hospice, the way I understand it, now I don't know, because I've seen hospice from a distance. I never went to see anybody that's on hospice. I'm my granddad, but I was too young to understand. But once you go to hospice, they give you medicine to kind of manage your pain, because you're usually in a lot of pain, and then they give you stuff to slow your respiratory down, which you can't breathe. So it's hospice. I mean, I guess you're going to die when you're in hospice, so they're just making you comfortable, but it's like they're almost killing you. And I was like, what? It's like they're murdering people. But, you know, they bring in outside hospice people, the way I understand, and they know you're going to die, the hospice people, but the family don't. You know, the family wants you to live even if you're barely kicking, you know. So I hope we don't get to that point. You know, we might. But like she's on the oxygen all the time now, and my wife's doing pretty good, but I said you can live a long time like you are. You just have a low quality of life, but you can still live a long time as long as you keep the fluid off of you and you eat. But then today she weighed 142. That's the lowest she's weighed in 3 months. She's lost like 20 pounds. So by Christmas, she might be 120 pounds. And I bought 5 different types of Ensure to try to give her more calories, because she eats and she'll nibble, like munch all day long, but she won't really eat enough calories. So that's one problem she has. And then she has that fluid. She drinks too much. She'll get too much fluid. She can't breathe. So we got a lot of stuff we're trying to get through, and, you know, she's trying to go as much as she can, but the heat, she can't breathe. And in the wintertime, It's a whole other series of issues where she gets bronchitis and all that all winter. So the summer is really rough on her. She can't really do much. So not having air conditioning rough, but my truck's got it. And I was able to make 3 appointments this month virtual. So all we got to do is just sign on and talk to them on the phone and remember what they said. So that's nice. But just, man, hospice, just, you think they're caring for you. You said that you can live a long time on hospice. And then if they give you something to slow your breathing down and pain, it seems like they just letting you just fade on out. So that is so sad, you know, and dealing with you having to deal with you doing it. I mean, I know all of us going to go there anyway, but still, you having to deal with it as a person with your health. And then the people around you, it's tough. It's like, you know, kind of like everybody said the earth was flat and then the earth's round. You know the earth's round. But then, we are what do you call it, finite. We will pass away. So it's crazy. It's crazy to do that. So anybody dealing with that or in the future, I wish you the best. And it's tough. And hang in there, because it'll get better. I mean, it's got to. So, just try to stay a positive idea on things and hang in there. And I appreciate all the support everybody that's watched my stuff gave me. I'm dealing with it pretty good. Sometimes I don't even realize I'm dealing with it. It's just like, somebody, I heard of people say they were Irish and they had to deal with that stuff because they're Irish. So, well, I'm Irish, so maybe that's why I just don't know any better. What? Well, I'm having a bad day. Really? I didn't know that, But the only thing that gets me is like the other stuff. That don't bother me because I'm so used to dealing with it. Things get me like being in heavy traffic or, everybody's got their own little things that kind of gets them. But that don't bother me. Just dealing with crazy stuff don't get me because I guess so many things else, or maybe my mind's starting to slip where, what? I don't know. I feel pretty cognitive, so, still do what I need and everything. I moved my mattress last night, so, yeah. But when I was on top of the bed trying to look under it, I almost fell off the bed, so I had to grab on the things to keep from falling off the bed. Well, I stand up, I was able to do it. So, you never know. You never know. And I know it's not like being on caffeine, but I know even if things go and I'm still here, I know it's meant for me to still go. So whatever pops in, oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep trudging on, And I got to learn about this stuff. I think there's a thing called a irrevocable living trust, if I'm saying it right. I don't know. I got to talk to a lawyer, but what I've seen, I think they're about $5,000. Because you can get a will, and if the will ain't cut and dry, but if you get an irrevocable trust, or sometime you can put stuff in the trust, and then it keeps people from making those learning mistakes where they might lose everything you leave them. So, don't have much, but I hate my family to lose it. So I'm going to try to protect them if I can find a good lawyer to write it all out. So we're trying to figure all that out. I listened to this lady that talks about, she's about 10 years older, more mobile, but talks about the health and the Medicare family, I think. They said they're all in 50 states, so, I'm only 53, so I still got 9 years, and it might not be here in between there, but I figured if I'm okay, I'll probably go to the other age and just get no more, because then you got to pay for insurance once you get it, like $200 a month for Medicare, and then the Part B, and then it's really confusing. She said there's some kind of cheat sheet, but I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just know it's really confusing. Like you had to pay for medicine, and then if you don't elect to get it now, it can be a penalty, And then as you get older, you might need that medicine, and hopefully they'll make medicine where it's only so much, and you won't have to pay all this money for medicine or all this money for procedures, you know. So it's crazy. So just hang in there. Thank y'all for letting me listen to ramble on. I'm out here. It's rough when I get around my own thoughts. Now, when I'm sleepy, I'll start thinking all this stuff, and then I'll just fade off. But I'm awake, so I'm able to keep going. So, you know, hope y'all all doing good, and just enjoy life. That's what it's all about. Enjoy life. You know, you're going to stump your toe. You're going to have a cool wind blow in your face and make you feel refreshed and jolly. Or you're going to see the little bird fly, or somebody going to say a nice thing to you when you go to the store. You know, how you doing? Or, oh, how you doing? Or open the door for you. Or you open the door for somebody else. And, you know, just enjoy life, man, and appreciate everything. You know, any day you can go, you can get out of bed. You can feed yourself. You can see where you're going. And you can make it back home, walk around on your own power, and have a full day. That's a good day, no matter, you know, it's better than alternative, you know, it's a good day. So let's all have a good day, and hope y'all being safe with all these fireworks if you're over here or wherever you're at in the world. And y'all have a good one, and, you know, wish you the best, and thank y'all for letting me ramble on.